Hello, everyone watching. This is the first time I've actually been started talking on here. So yeah. So this is the demo for Samurai Warriors 5. So I've been playing all of this. So I've been playing these games since I was little. So since I was really little, and I got into the franchise from because Koei Tecmo is the main people behind the Samurai Warriors and the Warriors franchises as a per se. So I've been playing them since about Dynasty Warriors 2, and then it's just progressed further and further and further on to where we are now. I'm now on basically on Samurai Warriors 5 because I started off the Samurai Warriors franchise on Samurai Warriors 2, where some of the main characters was where it followed the arc of Kotaro Fuma, it followed the arc of Honzo Haratori, which you will see in here as well. There might be in the free mode on this demo. He might be on here. No, he ain't. But anyway, and then it would take you, and then on Samurai Warriors 2, focus on Ieyasu as well as Hideyoshi as well, and also just coming from the Samurai Warriors franchises and things like that. I actually want to travel to Japan to go and visit the temple that was actually built by Hideyoshi Toyotomi or Hasib, or Hasib as he's on here as well. His temple that he built, which is the Golden Temple in Osaka. So I actually want to go and visit there as well. So I've already played through this demo, but I am going to replay it with you now as the Mushu mode, as the story mode arc, and yeah, just take you through it basically. So I'll stay quiet for the clips.
なあ、信長様、本当にやんのか？
ああ、来たぞ。あれを奪う。
結構な数だな。
だからこそ油断している。まさか俺たちに狙われているとは思うまい。
なるほど。
普通のやり方ではランスに飲まれるだけだからな。マタザは負けると思うか？
聞くなよ。俺はお前を信じるだけだ。
行くぞ
天文15年、旧来の支配体制が瓦解した終わりでは激しい権力闘争が続いていた。そのような情勢下で一人の若者が元服を果たす。織田信長である。好奇心旺盛で破天荒な振る舞いを好む信長は、幼なじみの又座こと前田利家と共に遊び暮らす日々を送っていた。父の後を継ぎ織田家当主となった後も、信長の素行が改まることはなく、家中の者たちは頭を悩ませ続けた。そんな中、駿河の大大名今川義元が三河の小大名の嫡子徳川家康を人質とすべく護送の兵を派遣する。天下に最も近いと言われる義元の動きに誰もが静観を決め込む中、ただ一人信長だけが動いた。わずかな手勢のみを率いて城を飛び出した信長は、家康を奪取すべく今川軍を吸収したのである。信長編第一章、夜明け前、今川吸収。
So that was the first clip that you saw. So the person that we're going to be playing as is Nobunaga Oda. And in the Sanuku era, he was one of them. He was quite a main figurehead when it come to the unification of Japan and how it all started out of, because he had some quite famous officers underneath his rank. So one of them being Toshie Mide, who he actually grew up with, and you'll see probably a lot of him later on as well, because I don't know if he's brothers in this game, but he was quite a main figure in the last games, which is Keiji Maeda, who was known as the Roman officer in the Sunuku era, which is quite clever. Oh yeah, then going back to what I was saying the other time, we have Ieyasu Tokugawa in this, who was the last shogun, who was the last shogun of the Sunuku era, where he actually became the dynamo, and he actually took over everything after winning the war against Hideyoshi Toyotomi's son. So he actually won the war and unified Japan. And even up until, I don't know, I might be wrong, up until about the 1800s, his clan was still ruler of Japan. But anyway, that's another subject. Next one is Hanzo Haratori, who we're going to be fighting against, which is the ninja, which is Ieyasu's ninja, who was quite a main figurehead in the protection of him. And I think now in Japan, in some parts, there's actually people still being trained by Hanzo Haratori's ninja school, which is still around. Next one is Tadakatsu Honda, who is classed as the strongest person in Japan in the Sunuku era in that time, where he went to 60 battles and even at the Battle of Sekigahara, he never gained a scratch. So the bloke is basically an absolute tank. There's nothing else to go from that. But our officer underneath us is Toshie Mide, and we are Nobunaga Oda. So I have already got some equipment for him. So I'm going with this Rift Blade, which has an attack power up, as well as it may inflict fire damage when you attack. But there is some that I have left out, which I did think about using, which is this one, which is range, which includes where you swing your weapon, it will increase the attack range of where your weapon goes, and then the mastery will upgrade your weapon, I believe, if I'm right. Increasing that of weapon mastery game. Yeah. So whenever you defeat a enemy officer in the enemy ranks, then your mastery of that weapon will go up. So I was thinking of using that. And then you also have in here is Vitality, which increases the attack when you have ample health. So when you are of low health, it will boost your. When you are at low health, it will boost your attack, which is quite good. So if you're ever on a low health thing, then it will increase your attack. And then a Rampage, for every 100 KOs. So for every 100 people that you defeat from the enemy army, you will get a certain amount of HP rebuild, which is quite good to have as well. Yeah, so that's that. And then going on to ultimate skills, I only found out about this the other day because I googled it. Yeah, I'm going to change the acceleration for recuperation. Anyway, so this is just some special skills that they've added to this. So this is just some special skills that they've added for Samurai Warriors 5, because it wasn't in. Because if I remember correctly, it wasn't in the last sort of it wasn't in the last what's the word? It wasn't in the last games. So Samurai Warriors 2, 3, 4, even the Empires didn't have this. So anyway, so they've added this. So what it is, you'll press the R1 button on your controller, and you'll click the R1 button on your controller, and then you can click square for what I've chosen is Helm Splitter, which is a special skill where he jumps up and then attacks. And then there's R1 and triangle for me is Pride, which increases the attack, which I use quite a lot. And then self-defense is self-explanatory, increases your defense. R1 is circle for me. And then recuperation refills the Mushin Gorge, which is R1 and X, which can come in handy if you are in a bit of a stick and you need to get out of somewhere, so you can use these. You can use that. And the other ones I haven't used, which I have been using, is the increased speed, which gives you a adjust speed. It increases your speed to get around the map quicker, which I believe a horse is faster, so I think that would be better. Or you also have this where it draws in, so you have that attacks have returned from Samurai Warriors 4 and the Empires, as well as Warriors Orochi 4, which it was in, has also returned, which draws in surrounding enemies and dashes forward at high speed. So it brings them all together, and then it just attacks them all together, which is also quite a good skill. Yeah, that's that. What else have we got? Yeah, so I think we shall get. So I think we shall get into it. And I'll show you the gameplay. There you go. So this is the dash attack. It's not the same as what it was in Samurai Warriors 2, but it's still quite good. It gets them all together. So rather with your other attack, it sort of it didn't really put them all together. This one will gather them all up, and then it will attack. As you can see in my combo counter, it is just ridiculous. I'll just repeat my rank if you saw that. So my weapon mastery is, so I haven't actually increased my mastery rank, but you can collect all sort of bonuses, as you can see. So it enhances your abilities, new ultimate skills, weapons and items for upgrading. It will give you gold. It will give you new items. Increase your skills that you've got as well, which is quite good. And there was weapon mastery in the other things, but I don't think it worked similar to this. But we will soon see. And to call your horse is R2 as well. But yeah, that's the objective. I need to see 100 enemy troops, and if you do this at the end of when you complete the objective, you will get a special item or weapon or something like that, something around that. So I've completed that, so I've got some gold, as you can see. I've got 20 gold, which works, because then that is used to upgrade weapons, to buy new horses, to get new to upgrade your opponent, to upgrade your character, things like that. And there's Toshimide following me, love and life. So that's what that does, and I use R1 and triangle for that, and that is what got me. And that is what got me there. And the Hadakatsu Honda is going down. As you can see as well, your level also increases during battles, which is good. So, if you look on your controller, if you click the left analog stick down, it will change. Oh, it won't let me show you. Hold on. There we go. So, we're still talking. Come on, Nobunaga. Keep talking. There you go. So it should let me do it. Oh. So yeah. So the left analog stick, it will change everything like that. And then there's different. Again, there's objectives, which is good. So then I can gain more skill, or I can gain more level, or I can get new items. What is that? That's an item, as you can see. So when you defeat enemy officers as well, you also gain items, which the items can be, I believe, weapons, or it can also be things that just give you an extra boost, which you can be. I've got a weapon as well. Nice. Might get my one that I've got now, and also you can pick things up on your horse. So you don't have to worry about that if you're in a hurry. So if you're in a bit of a hurry and you want to get somewhere, you can go back. You can go on your horse and then acquire it. Then acquire it from your horse, which is good. Oh, another item acquired, which is good. Go in here, and then we'll take these down. What's the objective? I think so Tishimide in this, it shows the actual bonds because it never really went into it in depth. You know that they were together from an early age, but it shows the actual bonds and the love that Toshimide and Nobunaga actually had for each other. It sort of envelops that a bit more, which is good. Which is good to see, because everyone knew that they were friends for a long time, and that's why he joined his army. But no one actually knew. How friendly they were, and you will see that later on in clips of how friendly they actually were to each other. As you can see, I have missed some officers, which I need to go and deal with. Which I'm getting my butt kicked. So I will sort him out. Done. Got an item for that. We do Helm Splitter, which is just it's an attack that it's basically when you use to jump and press triangle, it's basically that, but it just does more an area of effects, really, which is good as well. So just go through here, just hit some people on the way round. And then we'll go and try and beat Honzo and the other unit that is with him, which I can't remember his name, I apologise. We'll use our Musha. Try and wipe out Honzo quicker. Oh, pardon me, I'm very sorry about that. Where is he? Oh yeah, and also what you can do in this game. Oh, stop Honzo. What you can do on this game as well, which is very good. Oh, Cena, that's the one who it was. Also, the other thing that you can do on here as well, which is quite good, you can lock on to targets by pressing the on the analog stick, on the right analog stick. You can press down, and it will lock on to the target. So when you're fighting sometimes and you lose the opponent, and that's where they get the back here. Which was like when Tadakatsu sometimes in his clips, when he used to come out to play, he used to trick everyone and actually go around the back of them, so he used to lose you all, which is very annoying. But I don't think it'll be the same here, because if I remember as well, he hasn't really got that much of a big role that he's had in previous games. It focuses, because I think this one is quite nice, because it focuses not on the whole issue of the Sanuku era. It focuses on the early parts of the Sanuku era, so mainly the Nobunaga era, and how what happened from the betrayal of Mitsunari Ketsu, and what happened at Anoji. The more in depth into the Dosun Sutio, if that's his name correctly. I might have said it wrong. I apologise if I have. And then also focus on Yoshimoto Imigawa, which they don't really focus on in the other games. He's a character, but you never really see how he became, how strong he was. So I think that's what they'll do. They'll focus more on that sort of stuff as well, which is good. I'll try and see if I can do raise that one. Which is good. So focus is more on the early games as well. And as you can see, if we do this for a second and click on all officers, we've gained some officers that has been in older games. So two of people, sorry, which is one of them is Ketsuya Shibata, who had the nickname the Devil Shibata, due to his ruthlessness and his ferocity on the battlefield, which was quite paramount for Nobunaga, because he was actually quite a significant member for him, but in the early days he wasn't, and you will see that in this as well. And his sister Uichi. So I think it will explore it in significant. I don't want to do any spoilers, just in case you don't know. Just in case you don't know anything about her. So I'll keep that quiet. But basically, she's quite a significant figure in the rise of the Oda army, and betrayal and love and everything like that. So you will soon see that in the game. So you soon see that, not in this because it doesn't show this in the actual what's it? Legit, I can't get my words out. In the actual demo, but maybe later on it will show you the battlefield, the battle and stuff that actually was. And then a new character which has been introduced. Probably no, not it. Well, he was in the last games, but I don't think he was more of a playable officer. I think he may be a playable officer in this game, but I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, this character is Nobuyuki Oda. So this is the younger brother, or the older brother, one of the brothers, of Nobunaga Oda. And everyone thought that he would have been a better suit than what Nobunaga was. Oh, how very wrong they were. But anyway, so Nobuyuki Oda is the brother to Nobunaga, and he was quite a strong leader, quite a strong had a strong head on his shoulders, and was quite was quite good at strategies and knew what to do. Where Nobunaga is a bit more rash, and he would just go in not thinking. That's why he had the nickname the Fool of. Oh, my mind's gone blank. The Fool of Omi, but you will see that later on. Anyway, let's continue. He's getting his butt kicked for Ieyasu. But as you can see, it's a younger Ieyasu than what we have known before. Because back then he had a territory which is Mikawa, but Yoshimatsu Imigawa has captured Ieyasu and basically kept him a prisoner. So he's a prisoner of war, and all of his officers, all of his generals are under Yoshimatsu Imigawa, which he took because basically he treated him as his own personal pawn. But you see how the bond between him and Nobunaga also proceeded, which you will see in a little bit as well.
Ieyasu, 聞けば駿河の今川家当主義元は将軍にとって変わらんと上洛を企てているす。
はい。確かなことは分かりませんが、そのような噂は耳にしたことがあります。
ならば義元に勝てたなら、俺は天下すらね。
天下？
ざれ言よ。しかし座して滅びを待つくらいならば、俺は乱世に抗う。家康、お前も共に戦ってみぬか。
乱世に抗う。なんと壮大な。ですが、私でお役に立てるでしょうか。
Too crazy that back then he thought he wasn't of any help. Look how far he become.
お前も俺を兄とでも思えばいい。
はっ。この家康、必ずや信長殿の、いえ、兄上のお役に立ってみせます。
As you can see there, the bond between them was very, very close.
やれやれ、信長様の蛮勇には骨が折れますな。下の者の苦労も少しは分かっていただきたいもんです。
そう言うな勝家。
His younger brother. There we go.
その実、賞賛あればこそ仕掛けているのだ。
さすが信行だ。信長様のことがよく分かってるじゃねえか。
言葉に気をつけろとし、信行様だ。何度も言わせんじゃね
え。幼い頃からの付き合いだからな。私のことは呼び捨てで構わないさ。それよりまたさ、こたびは苦労をかけたな。これからも兄上のことをそばで助けて
As you can see there as well, which you may not notice, he has a nickname, which is Matazar, which is from Lord Nobunaga and again from Lord Nobunaga and Nobuyuki, because they've been friends since childhood. If you haven't already guessed and haven't already realised. There we go. So maybe I got an S rank for that. I did. So I've gone up to level 7. There we go. So weapon masterclass. I've got some gold as well. Oh. So I'm guessing that just adds to your, you can add some more things to your weapon, which is good. And the skill points we haven't actually gone, I haven't actually got to yet. I'm guessing that will be in the so I don't think I've actually got to that yet, because I don't think that is in the demo area. I don't think that's in the, within the demo. Yeah, so that's all locked. So it's not available in the trial era, in the trial version. But as you can see, there's a dojo, which I'm guessing will upgrade your officer. There's a blacksmith that I'm guessing will upgrade your swords. A shop, which is, I think it will, which I'm hoping, fingers crossed, it will work the same as what it was in Samurai Warriors 2, where you can buy horses, you can buy upgrade weapon, you can buy, not upgrade, you can buy upgrades for your weapons. And you can buy attributes and things like that. And then stables, obviously self-explanatory, you can get horses. And I really hope that KG Maida's horse makes an appearance, which is a Matazuki, which is a really, really good looking horse. Anyway, so we continue on. So we'll play the next one, which is the assault on Mino. And this is where you see Dosun Zatio, who's called the Viper of Mino. Which, yeah, which is our first big battle. So that was only a little battle. This is our first big battle. And I like as well the way that they've done this, where it shows you on the map where it actually happened on the map, where you didn't really see this before. I actually quite like that idea. I think that's a good idea as well. Anyway, so we have a look. There we go. The young fool of Owari, which I was completely wrong. He was nowhere near Oni. I do apologise. But yes, he was known as the young fool of Owari. But his father was in charge of the Oda forces. So it just falls in line, basically, in that era, that the oldest will always go first. That the oldest will always take charge over the youngest. But some people believe the younger of the older brothers was more destined to rule. But anyway, so we continue and have a look at the Mushu mode for Nobunaga's path. Here we go. So this is the second one of the trial version.
今川家の人質となるはずだった徳川家康を奪取し、信長は兵を引き上げた。家康を得て三河にくさびを打ち込んだ信長は、次なる一手として北に隣接する美濃への侵攻を決断。この頃美濃では剣謀術数を駆使して成り上がった斎藤道三が旧国主を退けて支配の実権を握っていた。マムシの異名を取る道三は信長の父信秀も攻めあぐねた難敵であった。真っ向から挑んでも勝機は薄いと判断した信長は弟信行らと共に美濃への侵攻を試みる。美濃襲撃。
As you can hear in the background, we have a cuckoo clock, which is going off, which is quite cool. So I do apologize about that.
尾張国内すら一枚岩ではないというのに、斎藤道三を相手に戦など無謀に過ぎます。
だからこそ挑むのだ。もし道三に勝てば織田の武名は高まり、尾張一国従わぬ者はいなくなるだろう。
恐れながら信長様、戦は博打じゃございません。負けた時のことも考えていただかねえと。
やめよ勝家。信行兄様が反対してもダメなら、もう信長兄様に何を言っても無駄だと思う。
一は兄のことをよく分かっているようだな。信行、権六、承知してくれるか。
申し上げるべきことは申し上げました。この上は私も腹をくくって美濃にお供しましょう。
信行兄様だけに苦労はかけさせない。私も美濃に行くよ。
姫、またそんな無茶なことを。まあ姫も言って引っ込むお方じゃねえか。
家康、美濃に攻め入ることになったぞ。
はい。先ほど私たちにも出陣の下知が。兄上のお役に立つ好機、心して望まなくては。
気合入ってるじゃねえか。信長様もお前に期待してるみてえだ。頑張れよ。
半蔵、平八、出陣の支度を急いでくれ。
なんだ竹千代、随分と張り切ってんだな。
ああ、必ず手柄を挙げて、私が一人前の物の筆であると兄上に認めていただかなくては。
その息はよし。とはいえ賞賛は五分にも満たぬ。若、くれぐれもご油断なきよう。
Here we go. So, again, we are Nobunaga Oda. So, I just wanted to touch base on this as well. Two people that you might not really see on this game, on Samurai Warriors 5, who are two quite prominent figures, who was two quite prominent figures in the last game, because you also had the Spirit of the Sanada as well, which focused on these two characters, and also had what's his name, Mazuyuki Sanada. They had as well. But I have to tell you now, I don't think you'll be seeing quite a whole lot of them. I don't even think they've been announced for this game, which is quite sad. But at the same time, the last couple of games have actually focused quite highly on these two characters, and it's quite as it has focused on the early part of Nobunaga Oda briefly, I believe. I don't think that it's focused on Nobunaga enough, and also the earlier characters like your Shingen Takeda, your Kenshin Uesugi, your Yoshimatsu Imigawa. Dosen Satio is also getting a big thing in this. Is also getting a big thing in this as well. It also gives you the rise. It does it on the demo trailer, but it'll give you the rise of Hideyoshi Hashi and how he became as strong as he was. So I do believe that it's good for the franchise to actually focus a bit more and broad out their characters rather than keep solely focusing on two characters, because they did that for the Spirit of the Sanada, and I think it'll just be a bit silly to just sort of bring it all about them two again. Even though I like Nobuyuki Sanada and Yukimura Sanada, I do think yeah, give people a chance. And also another person you might not see as well is Masamune Date, even the young one-eyed dragon, which is who was up into the north of the area, but north of Japan, sorry, because his father didn't get killed till late, and he was only young when he took over, so he might not be in this game as well. But anyway, so we continue. I just thought I'd touch base on that I just thought I'd touch base on that as well. But anyway, so in this Barrett's battle, we start off with all of the officers that you would have known of. So again, we start off with me, with being Nobunaga Oda. We start off with his sister, Oichi. We start off with his younger brother, Nobuyuki Oda. And we start off with the devil Shibata, Katsuyori Shibata. And we also start off with Toshimide, Ieyasu, Honzo, and Tadakatsu. And then someone like Nagahai Niwa, he's been with Nobunaga since the beginning anyway. So I do think that he should have got a mention, that he'll get a mention as well. Same with Ikeda, he's also been there as well. But in the rival forces, we have some new characters. So the first one being Dosan Satio. He was quite a prominent figure in the early stages of the Warriors of the Tsunugi era, of the Warring States period of Japan, and he was quite, as you saw in the commentary for the beginning of the battle, of Nobunaga's father, and was actually quite a predominant wall. So I'm guessing that his father tried to occupy where he was and couldn't actually ever do it. So yeah, quite a prominent figure. Hanabi and Hambi Takihinda, Humbai Takahaken. Sorry, I can't say his name. We'll just say Humbai. So Humbai is quite a predominant figure as well in the Tsunugu era. He died quite young. I can't remember what he actually died of when he was young. but he did die quite young, which you'll probably see later on as well. Quite a massive figure in this game and also in other games as well is Michinari Akechi. He is the main person behind the Force Drive that actually ended, yeah, our boy. But you'll see that later on, no spoilers or anything like that. But he's quite a predominant figure in the whole Warring States of Japan. So this is a new character that has not been in the rival games. This is Yoshitsui Saito. I don't know much about him personally. I don't know much about him, but I'm guessing he's a son of Dosen Saito personally, but I'm not sure. But I don't know much about him, so we'll just have to look further into it if you wish. And then you have quite a dominant figure of a person who's not been playable as of yet. Which is Istio Inabi, Brozinga Yuji, and Mishuri Fuwa. They always prop up, and I think they're the three defenders of Mino, I believe. So Inabi, Yuji, and Fuwa, I think it will say this, are the three defenders of Mino, but we will see that later on. Anyway, we can't do that. Look. So we gained a new skit. We gained some new attacks, which is good. Change equipment. Do we want to change our weapon? I don't think we do. No, I don't think we do. Yes. So we will go into the battle because everything's been sorted. I just thought I'll go through some of the characters that is in this game as what is in this one. So here we go. Again, it has objectives. It has everything like that. So yeah, let's get into it.
目指すは稲葉山城だ。全軍進め。まずは手近な砦を奪い足がかりにするぞ。稲葉山城、父上でも落とせなかった賢者。前線は危うい。位置は本陣の守りを頼む。
Why am I starting off over there? I do not know, because I need to be more central into the battlefield by the looks of it. So I will get over there quite quickly. So if we take the barracks, and then that will... Oh, that's nice. If we stop the barracks, then if we take over the barracks, so that will stop soldiers being supplied from there, basically. That's what that does. Which is quite... Which sometimes, in the older games, like Dynasty Warriors 3, for example, Dynasty Warriors 2, the actual mini characters used to actually overwhelm the playing officer. Which, in this one, I believe it won't do, but we have to keep an eye, just in case, because when they keep coming through, it's actually quite hard. And then, this is our first taste of Michinari Akechi. Needs to increase my attack, because he's quite a strong officer. And we have a clip.
Saito家家臣明智十兵光秀と申す。いざ尋常に。長い。こう止めたか。うさほうな。この石頭は、このうつけは、俺が切る。
The one thing I don't like personally about Nobunaga's character is they've got rid of his weapon that he's had in all of the other Warrior franchises. I'm guessing they've done this because they wanted to make it new, but I just think that weapon that he had was the Demon Slayer, I think it was quite key for him, and I just think that it suited him really, really nicely. And yeah, I am a bit gutted that they actually got rid of that warrior, that weapon. I do hope as well, because I have seen a few people on this, and a few people talking on Reddit, and some people talking on that as well, that there might be a cloning sort of mechanism with the weapons. I really hope it isn't, because they've proven it hasn't worked in Dynasty Warriors 9. They've proven it hasn't worked in Dynasty Warriors Dynasty Warriors 6. And I really hope they haven't brought this back. At the minute, I haven't seen anybody with the same weapon. Oh, hold on. Before I continue, I think another new warrior has popped up. That's it. Toshimitsui, which we're fighting now. Toshimitsui Satio. So I again don't know much about him. But he has been brought in. But he has also been brought into the franchise as well. So we'll do it. So if you would like to do your own research, you may. I may do later, and get back to you. But anyway, but yeah, I just think he should have had his old weapon. I think Mitsunari. I think the character designs of them all is better. I'm not saying that. I think the character designs of them all is better, but I just think that he could have. I just think Nobunaga should have kept his weapon. So there you can see Honzo and Ieyasu has got different weapons. He's going for the sort of style that Liu Bei has in the older games, where he had his twin swords, which I'm cool with. But again, his cannon was quite a a weapon that he had was actually quite a key figure in his in his fighting as well, which is also again quite gutting. But oh well, I guess, because as they say, change is good in the eye of everything. It's always good to have a change. So we'll just do that, beat him. Free Amino. It wasn't the defenders, it was the free Amino. But it was, yeah, but I was in the right lines, I guess.
先ほどから小細工しているのはローさんではなくあいつか捨ておけんな邪魔者は除いたぞ
He's talking about Habitakini Hanbi, which yeah, people were actually scared of his intellect because of how good he actually was. Which is, when you put it like that, for someone in all of this era to be scared of intellect is quite, yeah, it's quite a big feat to be that good. The people wanted you far and wide and were actually scared of your might. Not your might, your intelligence. Where Tadakatsu was his might. As you can see, it looks like he's got Yoshihiro Shimazu's hammer. Which I don't know if Yoshihiro Shimazu is in this game, but again, I've just seen the same hammer by Sakamiri. And then he had the, and then Toshiyamide has sort of. I really hope they haven't cloned it. I really hope they haven't put clones in. I really hope so. But it's not looking promising. But I don't know. Anyway, moving on. We'll talk about that another time. Why I don't really like cloning, because me personally, I don't. I know a lot of people who were a massive fan of Dynasty Warriors 6 and the 9s, but I like the open world idea of 9. I thought that was very clever, and I thought to travel around the Warring States period of China and explore it into more depth, I thought was actually quite a good idea. And I hope they bring that back, because Knights of Warriors Empires is meant to be being announced soon, and I do hope that they bring back the whole aspect of open world into that. Imagine, so just think, running around, trying to capture all of the bases, trying to capture bases and stuff with open world, and doing forest siege, doing fortress sieges, things like that in open world. I think would be amazing. And stationing your forces in different areas. I think that'd be very, very good. But we'll have to wait and see to see what happens. Anyway, let me just take these guys out. The one thing they have taken out of this, which again I'm not really a fan of, is they've taken out the dynamics of the, if you remember, of that you couldn't go straight in and barge into the enemy ranks and not get killed. So as you can see, it's similar to what it was, but you can actually take down officers pretty easily, and I'll show you. Because look, his life has gone down, but when they used to attack us in the old way of it, in Samurai Warriors 4, you couldn't even attack them. So I just think, personally, I thought that was a good touch. And it also, in the last battle, one of my favourite battles I've ever done is the Battle of Osaka in Samurai Warriors 4. I thought that was a fantastic battle, where you were Yukimura and you had to show your strength as Yukimura, which I thought was incredible. And this is the drummer captain, which is making it like it. So he's just boosting their defense, boosting their attack. He's just making life a real problem. Until classic might got it. No, I'll take him out for it, mate. It's alright, I got you. I know you're the best warrior in Japan, but yeah, I got you back. I got you back, man. Yeah, so, yeah. Mitsunari Ketsu is reappeared. Let's go and defeat him. Cheeky so-and-so reappearing. I just beat you once. Did I say that you can come back? Ah, look, we got another rank as well, which is good. Not even giving him a chance to attack. It looks like Mitsunari Akechi kept his old swords, where he focused on the swords from the thing, this being technically, as it was, a real samurai warrior. So the samurais are very proud of their weapons and things like that, which is good. Ooh, that's that. Yeah, so as you can see, the gameplay is a little bit different compared to previous Samurai Warriors. But me personally, I do like it. I like the feel of it. I like the whole new dynamics of it. I just wish that some of the old weapons and some old mechanics came with it. But like I said, sometimes you do need to make it new, to make it more relevant. So yeah, so I think it's going to be good for the Samurai Warriors, if I'm honest. Just to think a bit more officers, get our weapons, to get our rank up, and then we shall go in and we shall deal. With Dosian Satio. We'll use a Musho. Just sort him out. There we go. So we'll take him out of commission. So yeah, that's the two games, that's the two battles. So that's the two battles that you can do on here. That's the two battles that you can do on the trial version. And then soon, on Tuesday, we will have the main version, which will go into more depth into what's going on.
ああ、しかしドウさんはさすがに強かったな。ドウさんに従うショーもしかり、面白そうなやつも見たぞ。あの石頭、名は何と言ったか。
兄様はなんでそんなに気楽でいられるの？命を落としてもおかしくない戦だったのに。
確かにこたびは際どい戦でした。あんな無茶な戦、しばらくはごめんです。
そうだな。しばらくは控えるとしよう。
頼みますよ、本当に。
So completed all of the objective, the 3 of minor. S rank. Got to level 8. Master rank D, so acquired an attack speed, a projectile, and principles of war more. And my weapon has gone up to a D. Use Swift skills to your weapon. Cool. So here so I've got some more weapons. So I've got some attack speed, I've got Europhia, I've got attack strength. Oh, I've got a missing slot as well, which is good. Just going to load and see what happens in the next clip.
Mino より和睦の使者が参ったとか。
ああ、その証として織田との縁組を申し入れてきた。ドウさんの娘を俺に嫁がせたいそうだ。
兄様が気に入られたってことなのかな。その縁談受けるつもりなの？
斎藤家との縁談がなれば当面の敵を今川に絞ることができる。私は賛成です。
うん、この話受けてやるか。破談にしてはドウさんに恨まれようしな。
私も仲良くできるといいな。でもマムシの姫君か、すごく怖い人だったりして。
それも一興。
承知しました。
Sorry, just trying to rush it.
この縁談が。
私は役目を果たすだけ。
大義なことだ。
敵は本能寺にあり。
明智殿、ご謀反。
来たか。是非に及ばず。
Also, which I liked in this trailer, which I actually said to my mum, to be fair, was that they're actually making a big they look like they're making a point of the Black Samurai, which was actually quite a key person in the Samurai Warriors era as well. I think he was under the Shibata clan as well when they rose up, I believe. I've already brought it up. Yeah. So I believe that he was also in that as well. So, which is very, very good because he was actually quite a talented officer and and it was also, as you can see here, in the Oda clan as well, which is good. Yeah. So I hope you liked listening to what I was babbling on about, basically, and also like the gameplay footage. I'm very excited to be playing this on Tuesday, so I'll be doing more gameplay videos. And more things like that. So hit the subscribe button, share, retweet, because I'm on Twitter as well as Mr. Minister 96. So share, retweet, help the channel out, and then we will do more gameplay footage as well on my channel as well. We've got the Watch Dogs Legion Bloodline DLC gameplay, which has Wrench and Adrian Pierce return to London, to DedSec in London. We also have Need for Speed Heat gameplay. There there is some spoiler warnings as well because I haven't actually put that. I apologise for Need for Speed Heat in the story gameplay, but it doesn't really matter. I believe it's just a racing game which is really, really good. It's like Need for Speed Underground 2, which I used to play all the time when I was a child. And we also have Rage 2 gameplay on there as well, which I played earlier on, which I played about June time. So yeah, so we also have that as well. So hopefully, so yeah, so I'll see you soon, and yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. Take care, guys.